I saw this question where this girl asked, why can't Nigerian men treat Nigerian women the way they treat foreign women? Now, there are multiple answers to this question, but I'll start with the obvious story. When I first came to Germany, I realized my husband was always at home. So I was wondering what's up. And then he explained to me that when he got here, he tried to mingle. I will not give you all the gist because they fit in different situations, but he had series of experiences that made him come to the conclusion that it was better off alone. But he said something he also found interesting was the fact that some men had a book where they wrote the names of the women they had slept with. Can you imagine that? Their pride was based on the number of women they had slept with. And some even went as far as saying that where in their lives would they have found a white woman to sleep with? So to answer this lady's question, and for me, the way I see the way other black communities in other countries, the way it's going, it's safe to say it's the same thing. The reason why these men treat these women better is because they say that a man's treasure lies where his heart is. So it's just like when you have a woman it's just like when a man has a woman that he thought he could never get. Clearly, he's going to treat her better. Clearly. So let's take away race and color of skin. If a man truly values you, he treats you better. So for an average man who never thought in his life he could sleep with a white woman or with a non-black woman, he's clearly going to treat her better. So this has nothing to do with you, like absolutely nothing to do with you. Secondly, don't forget that we live in countries where there are laws. Women have rights. So if a Nigerian man is slapping his Nigerian wife, he will not try the same with an Oyinbo woman because he knows what will happen. Even if this Oyinbo woman were to be living in Nigeria, he knows that, you see it now where they extradite people because they scammed their citizens or anything. So you know very well that you're dealing with a citizen of a country where their government cares. So just that fear alone, you'll behave yourself a little bit. Thirdly, Oyinbo women or foreign women and Nigerian women, general level, speaking generally, even though we are not the same, we react differently. Here, for example, and that's why this narrative of, oh, don't bring your wife overseas, she's going to leave you, blah, 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 it comes from the fact that most people, they know themselves, and that is why they need their spouses to be in Nigeria, to have full control. Because the moment you cross the border, you now realize that women have rights. So what your average Nigerian woman would tolerate, the cheating you will cheat, and you will be in church and she'll be praying for you not to cheat. An Oyinbo woman will not do that. And that is why you hear cases of, she divorced me and she took half of my property, or she divorced me and she took all my money. Now, I'm not saying that there are no innocent cases or there are no cases where the person just gets up and decides they want to leave. But I'm saying that let's stop looking at all these stories or all these things with the eyes of the foreign woman is always the bad person, because the truth is, half the time, these women their response to disrespect is very extreme. So if a man generally is dealing with a woman that he knows will do certain things to him, or a woman he knew he couldn't get if he did not cross the border, he's clearly going to treat her better. And then let's not talk about other factors such as colonialization, slavery, colorism, featureism. I mean, it's obvious. So any African woman, Nigerian woman, black woman who wastes her breath on these subjects, he's just doing herself a disservice. And I understand what it feels like, because I used to be like you before. I used to sit down and think about the whys and the whys and the whys. But then it dawned on me, the reason why you feel that way is because when you see another black person, you see a brotherhood. So you're looking at a Nigerian man as, oh, now my own. You're looking at a black man as, oh, he's my brother. I'm not saying that, of course, we are from the same race, but I'm only just saying if you went through life with the eyes of we are all human beings, you would have least expectations. You'll be more happier, because clearly, he can date whoever he wants to date, and you can also date whoever you want to date. But if you keep waiting around for black men, Nigerian men, African men to validate you, your existence, your beauty, or whatever it is, I'm sorry, you're going to be frustrated. You're going to be very frustrated.